Nothing is impossible in Ghana. Everything is possible. Now, minimisa what to say ECG omo containers bi a water ma port ebusuya ebi ajra. Na wo hwe the quantum ajra na wo dwen ho a wonti ase. Say ba na sign these containers no kra no ajra here in the first place. Ebusuya latest update about ho national security omo akam ho omo ache one man na information dey wi ase. Sasuna His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wakasa on oral Ahmed Swali any of late MP JB Dankwa on sunu wo hu ensensem no ebusia medwedwom ama wo mesrawa so be share video we na obe share wadwe ama your comment section wo won subscribe here mesrawa so be subscribe to TRENDSGH na turn on notification bell no on for latest updates. This month ene ebusia beto odwe se ukopiem Tema porta eye ECG omo containers wi a e Tema port wo ebusia 2000 plus sa containers no emu 1000 ajra. Na eno na eye energy minister omo de o set up a committee say no de omo get investigations into that matter no. Na investigations no omo de share so nebusia mamentumebo na midwudwom. An investigative report on the Electricity Company of Ghana ECG has uncovered that more than 1,300 containers which were meant to be cleared at the Tema port are unaccounted for. According to Professor Innocent Senyo Akwa, chairman of the investigative committee, ECG initially claimed to have 2,491 uncleared containers filled with cables and other essential equipment. However, an independent audit at the Tema port found only 1,134 containers, leaving 1,347 missing. The findings were presented to the Minister of Energy and Green Transition, John Abdullahi Jinapo, who described the situation as alarming. He assured that a full scale of investigations involving the Attorney General and the police would be conducted to track down the missing containers or recover their monetary value. That investigation is going to continue to share. Some key findings been able to say before 2022, ECG had a dedicated fund that received weekly allocations for clearing shipments. However, the practice was discontinued due to lack of funds, as cited by the ECG board. Or say, a year before 2022, no, na a ECG or more dedicated fund be a whole man, and no na or more declare or more ma a port for a weekly. But a year that in Shayano Ebusia Embruko Nimuno just or more discontinue here. Now, despite financial constraints, ECG awarded contracts to 2 firms to clear the containers, one of which was pre-financed by ECG. Almost say, Ebano ECG or Musika Samana Adia Enkoye na de nyina no. Omo the contract Emma companies menu say omo clear omo containers ewo port wo. Na that 2 companies no. One of them no ebusia na pre-financed by ECG. Just say ECG and omo na omo so omo ase nkakrankra. Now, one of these companies did not have the necessary license to handle the contract, raising concerns over procurement violations. Or say, a company bakona akano, not just say, more licenses na de nebusia, enkoye, and it's never procurement and send someone that company nebusia, ombuboso. ECG's procurement directorate had been merged with its housing and estate unit. The director of procurement had no prior experience in procurement and was not a member of any professional procurement body. Say, ebano ECG. Penipana omuchusu ni say, ebano omu procurement and sensama ono no director or hono ebusia. According to investigations on model shares no, committee way chiremu a procurement director no oni experience bia. Almost answer chiremu say ECG procurement director no, he is not a member of any professional procurement body. So where your investigations say busono the model shares so I know the extra say 1,347 missing ECG containers na ajra e Tema port wo. Asem we beto Ghana fu bebre na achiremu since when na container nya atabanya no de ajra eno na ende a me no kese energy minister John Jinapo ebusia gwa granting exclusive interview. Now shout out to national security ebusia omo ekohu some of the containers ni bi na containers do sign na national security omo ache. Now those containers no national security for omukohu wo warehouse bank. The
most important one has to do with the whereabouts of those containers.
Indeed.
The briefing I got this morning, and let me comment the national security operatives and the law enforcement agencies. The information I got this morning is that already they've traced about 40 of them to a particular terminal or warehouse in Pung, which belongs to an Indian man of extraction, and they've confiscated all the 40 cars, and they are moving them to a secured location. The man indicates that those containers were sold to him last year, and so that's a subject of a matter of investigation, and the law enforcement agencies would ensure that the law takes its course. There are also reports of some other areas that they are picking intelligence. They will trace all of them, retrieve all the containers as soon as possible, and put the perpetrators before the courts of competent jurisdiction. Let me just sound that when we start prosecuting these people, let nobody come to say we are witch hunting. These are properties of the states, every legitimate and legal means to ensure that we retrieve them and to hold all those behind these acts to account. And so we'll continue to work hard and ensure that we retrieve all these containers.
According to Energy Minister, also National Security, Omwe Tracy 40 ECG missing containers, Makumako 40. Na Omoko Hunwo Pung, India man be in the warehouse, Nano the National Security for Bushia, Omoko Hunwo. Na National Security for to Indian man no. Or say that 40 ECG containers no na ajira no a say ebi ekodi ne ho no. Or say last year na nipa bi eton ma no. So omen we agasa na e was me pe baby fa because one hwa that no wa wan say e ho dan a wutim na asra. Now yanko His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na kache Endra na ye Ghana Bar Association and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama o meet omo ewo Jubilee House na eno na Ghana Mampany eno de oje microphone test mic 1 2 o address Ghana Bar Association eho na Ahmed Swale ni wo hu nsensem na ebusua His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wa boso saa so na late MP ne pabonifo bi kokun no ewo no ankasa ne fie JB Dankwa Edu wokai ebu akwa former ebu akwa MP no ebusua ono so no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wakasa wo ho eba no oral any afi matters arising so a wakasa ewo ho.
Investigation of significant killings or murders that have remained uninvestigated, and so I've urged the police and the investigative organizations to look more actively in cases like Ahmed Swale, and that is how come a first suspect has been arrested. We're hoping that his interrogation will lead to further arrests of people. There are several other cases like the JB Dankwa murder case, and we're asking that it be expedited in terms of the prosecution that is taking place and for investigations to be carried out to find out if any other persons were involved in some of those. And one of the issues we're confronted with is the issue of corruption and accountability in office. And so the expectation of Ghanaians is that this government will mount a stronger fight against corruption. And that is why we set up the Operation Recover All the Loot. It's not meant to witch hunt anybody, but it's supposed to be an instrument and a vehicle where it is possible for people who are whistleblowers and have evidence of corruption to be able to channel their reports to the appropriate source and have them investigated. And so before I took over, I set up a small committee. It was very helpful. We put in a hotline. They got more than 2,000 calls from different people alleging different things. Of course, some of them were useless allegations, but others too were important allegations. And so after synthesizing all the reports that were received, we received the official reports from the committee and we handed it over to the Attorney General. And some of what the Attorney General is dealing with are some of the issues that came up in the oral. And so I just wanted to clarify that it's not an instrument for witch hunting anybody. It's an instrument for assisting in the fight against corruption. Several surveys asking Ghanaians, what their opinion of the judiciary is have not come out positively. And I believe that it is a duty for all of us to work to make sure that we have a judiciary that is respected. Year in, year out, you hear 12 billion cedis misappropriated, 15 billion cedis misappropriated. And how we deal with these cases are very difficult because of the constitutional procedure, parliamentary accounts committee and all that. But after that has happened, we must have a fast-track court where we're able to deal with this so that we deter people from just misusing government funds like that. Government is open to working with you, particularly on our side of the political divide. There's this perception that we have a problem with the legal fraternity and things like that. I think that if you look at the kind of people, Marietta and all of us sitting here, we're not people who have any such animosity towards the judiciary and the legal fraternity. So our doors are open, our hands are open, and if you think that there's anything that you should bring to our attention, don't hesitate at all.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ghana man penino chim say, security agencies no eno de omomo ho ya ha eba no Ahmed Swale ni wo hu ensensam investigation amode asaso ne afi late JB Dankwa edu ono so ni wo hu sensam a security agencies ne busua omoma ne ya intentem pa na eyache kra but eba no around sensam de a enya witch hunting omo ediska ene busua security agencies no HSC omo se omo fa sa sika nambra se na ebe ya oman Ghana ye be nyantoma pa efra enya witch hunting ebusua hye wadwema me wo comment section ho na share video we ma afoforo so ensa enkebi ntano de 1347 ECG missing containers no national security omotumi tracy akwache ebu mako 40 eno ewo pon India man bi ne warehouse national security for ebusua omo agrabo no hye wadwema me wo comment section ho macro ebusa mashowa so wasase ho ensensem enko company bi omo be ye konabra omo ankese no muni importe say omutumi solve land or building issue no ema eniti mashowa ma recommend Land King Company Limited na amount eba no cadastral site plan na ebusia tatahwe omo be solve amount ene afi building plan ho ensensem so o consult Land King Company Limited ebusia eno krampo de kokokura omo apart from that no so what title certificate issue and as a building permit issues o consult Land King Company Limited ebusia omo be facilitate ama ententem omo consultation free location poku ase he ya omo number na etwegu screen so enti masowa for Land King Company Limited ne no de woni omo enye business omo can say secure your property today.